Stuck carry you through all Jamaica and overseas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So during that time, you have a lot of girlfriends and stuff.
That even before,
Even
because
before,
yeah,
even
because
before the popular song Stuck.
yeah, because I am really a cute guy, you know. So the girls them always close my eyes. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Antrika Allardyce, and today I'm here with a popular dancehall artist from back in the 80s. He was popular for the song Wine and Go Down and Stuck. His name is Early Black, today known as Ice Eye, and he has been off of the radar for years. And today we're here to talk about his journey in dancehall and how it all begins. Welcome to my channel, Ice Eye.
Peace and love.
So today we're gonna talk about you and dancehall. We want to know how you get started in dancehall.
Well, as a youth living at the Garrison area, you know, I used to listen to a lot of artists. Sometimes I don't really know anything about making lyrics. I just used to listen to a lot of DJs, and the DJ that really catch my eye was an artist by the name of Johnny Ringo.
Yes.
He was very slack, but somewhere somehow I used to listen to him and I used to love how him put him words together and how him DJ. So I used to fashion his lyrics them by catching them and DJ them in my area. People used to love how me go across with the lyrics.
So did Johnny Ringo know that you was doing his lyrics?
No, because I was just a little youth in the area and just love to listen his song.
Okay.
I don't know him, I never see him before, but I always used to hear his record playing and used to fashion his record, catch them, DJ them same way.
Yes.
People used to tell me, say, wait, youth, you're going good, man. So along the journey, listening and listen other DJ and start to make one and two little lyrics, put in little words for myself and make lyrics.
Yeah.
DJ upon some little small sound system in my area. People used to tell me that they like how me DJ. So by telling me that, it made me now start to make more lyrics
Yeah.
for myself. So that's how it really started.
So what was the big hit for you that put you on top in the dancehall?
Well, it was Stuck.
Oh,
The
Stuck.
song
Yes.
Stuck. That was the song. But before the song, I used to go around and DJ on a lot of sound system like Aros International, which is a big mainstream sound, Kilimanjaro,
Yeah.
and a sound named Music Merchant, and a couple more sound. So that's where my name start to grow before I even do the song Stuck.
Okay, so we're gonna give them a little piece of the song Stuck.
No problem. Go ahead. I'm here listening. That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it. So I am grateful to be here vibrating
Yeah.
at this moment.
So I'll give you a little piece of that song Stuck.
Now this is not the dance to sweat up. This one called STUCK. Stuck. Follow me the man. Yeah. Follow me to the new dance. Follow me to the new dance. Follow me to the new dance. Stuck. Follow me to the new dance. Follow me to the new dance. Follow me to the new dance. Stuck. Wine and go down. Passive wine and go down. Passive wine and go down and stuck. Wine and come up. Passive wine and come up. Passive wine and come up and stuck. Pine by your matey, pine by your matey, pine by your matey, stop.
And that was a part of Stuck, and he also did other songs that I didn't have the recordings of. So we'll continue. So on the journey with Stuck, what happened? How does life treat you when you did Stuck and became popular?
Well, before I reached there, I I create this song,
Yes.
Stuck, for some reason. It was influenced by a DJ named Skullman. Skullman was a DJ, used to DJ in the same melody, not the lyrics, but the same melody and
Yeah.
pattern. And he wasn't doing anything with it. So I used that melody, create a lyrics by the name of Stuck on it. The first time I do Stuck
Yes.
on a stage show, it was a every Sunday night stage show on Adley Park Road at JJ's Garage. That was in 88,
Yes.
right? And the first time I touched the stage with that song, I have to do it about 10 times.
Whole place done over.
Everything. I couldn't believe. I was DJing over the years and getting a lot of forward. Not recording DJ, but DJ and sound system.
Okay.
But that night, when I do that song,
Yes.
when I come off of the stage, everybody who was there, almost everybody, not everybody, but almost everybody saying, you can record it, you know. A
Yeah.
good song for record, you know. I say, okay. So,
Stuck put you on the spotlight back
yeah,
in the 80s.
definitely.
Yes.
So, I went to a producer by the name of Dennis Starr down by Tough Gang Studio. And that's where I record Stuck. And I record Stuck in 88, September, between September to October. Because that was the time when
Storm.
the storm blew Gilbert.
Yes.
So there was then a light. There was just they do it on plant, Delco plant.
So that was a
studio.
generator.
A generator Delco plant, yeah. So about in November, Stuck release,
Yes.
and it was the talk of the town from there. So
Stuck carry you through all Jamaica and overseas, right?
yeah,
So during that time, you have a lot of girlfriends and stuff.
that even before.
Even
Because-
before,
yeah,
even
because-
before the popular song Stuck.
Yeah, because I am really a cute guy, you know. So the girls them always those rights. Yeah. Yeah.
So give us a little part of what happened after your big break with Stuck.
Well, I went to Miami.
Yeah.
I went to Canada 2 times, and I went to Cayman Island.
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't travel again, but I was in Jamaica doing shows,
Yes.
recording same way, doing dub plate, visiting the studio, and all these things.
So after traveling overseas and you came back to Jamaica and doing it, so it ends there for you? Or you carry on?
As I was saying,
Yes.
that after I went to these places and come back, I was still recording,
Yes.
still doing stage show, dub plate, and still visiting the studios until other songs release, but they didn't do well as Stuck. Thank you. They didn't do well as Stuck.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was hang on in there, and go to the studio on a daily basis.
Okay.
Sitting down at studio, you know, just maybe waiting on a sound system man to come for us to do dub plate and collect some money, or a producer to come and say he want to voice. Because I was still making music
Yes.
in same way, writing music same way. So I end up knowing this Rastaman
Yes.
by the name of Robbie Roberts, now known as Groundfire, and that was in a couple years past, but I remember that was about in 1995.
Okay.
Yeah. So Robbie Roberts was a Rastaman who used to love talk about Selassie.
Oh, so you
And-
get all caught up in Selassie I know.
Well, I didn't before. I was just listening because he was a singer,
Yeah.
but he wasn't a singer where people used to gravitate to.
Okay.
I don't know if he didn't confident in himself to push music out or what, but I know he was a singer and he
Yeah.
used to just come to the studio and whatever. But he was a person who used to love talk about Haile Selassie and talk about God and talk about nature and life in general. So I used to always happy to listen to him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I used to happy to listen to him till it reached a stage where I start to think about this Rasta man and how him talk and what he's saying. So it's like a part of a spiritual aspect now start to rise up in me.
Okay.
Because it really have to take a person of high spirituality to really connect with words like those. Because when he was talking to us in the studio, it wasn't me alone, it was other artists there and other people there, and they didn't gravitate to what he was saying. So I realized that it takes some form of natural spirituality to really gravitate and want to hear this Rastaman talk all the while. Just like our Christian want to hear the pastor talk,
Yeah.
so they don't miss church.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I always want to go to the studio, and it's like from that time now, it's like music don't really interest me anymore.
Okay.
Music never interests me. I go to the studio, but just to listen, just to see that Rastaman and listen him talk.
Oh, so now that you met with the Rastaman, nature start to take course. So you lose interest in dancehall,
In music,
music.
music and a whole.
Yeah.
Both music and dancehall, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. So every time I go to the studio, my interest is to see this Rastaman, to hear him talk.
Yeah.
And sometime I go to the studio, him no come, him no reach at the studio, and I was disappointed.
So
Because
whenever you don't come to the studio, you're disappointed.
I am disappointed.
Because you're there to just listen.
Listen to him because there's words that he's saying
Yes.
that just connect with me. Because remember, I didn't know nothing of what he was talking before. All I know was just music, having fun, girls, money, and all these things. I didn't have nothing like no spirituality, thought, or those type. You see a Rastaman talk over the years, yes, but they never grab my thought.
Okay.
But this Rastaman, Robbie Roberts, he was so great with his words, and really and truly I was gravitated very much to what he was saying. That, as I'm telling you, it reached a point where I went to the studio and I don't see him. When I leave my home to see this Rastaman. And when I go, most of the time I see him, some of the time I don't see him. And I never really happy in myself that I don't see him, because like I miss out something.
Okay.
Music really never nice me again.
Yeah.
Me no go studio for music. If music they turn up in my favor, I would do it, but I didn't really go. So when I was there, I really start to draw nearer to him, question him now, because I was just used to listen to him.
Yeah.
Because I never have no interest, I never know what to question him about.
Okay.
More than just listen, because I wasn't that type of person. Other people was there and them a talk to him back and a question him back, but they are doing it in a farm, like they are burning him out. Because they are
Oh.
saying Haile Selassie I dead and gone and all these things, which I didn't have anything to say more than just listen.
Listen.
And I realized that the person who talk less and listen more absorb more.
Yeah.
But I even didn't have that consciousness that what was happening to me by just listening. So it goes on and on so till I start to think different now in my own self
Yeah.
by wondering Because, all right, when he was talking about Haile Selassie, because I grew up in a time of listening a lot of people talking about God.
Yeah.
I didn't know the concept of God. I just hear them talking about God and what God do and what God say and what all these things about God. When I hear this Rastaman talk about Haile Selassie as the creator, it seems to me that what you were saying more real, because I never know nothing unreal or real before.
Yeah.
But matching what the Christians say about God and what this Rastaman say about Selassie, it sounds more real to me that Selassie could more be the creator
At the time.
at the time.
Yeah.
Because I am seeing real things of what the creation of the creator around me. I am seeing real things like the earth, the moon, the sun, the star,
Yeah.
the trees, the animal, everything that is real. God that they are telling me about didn't sound that real as what he was saying and how he put him words them about towards Selassie.
Yeah.
So it made me, that really changed the thought of my life from there, that I start to lax, because first I was used to smoking pure cigarette.
Oh, cigarette?
Cigarette, yeah. I was smoking nothing but cigarette. I never used to smoke weed. But from I start to listen to this Rasta man and then now start to think about life in a different aspect. I just start to smoke weed and start to knot up my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where it started until I went into the hills, because I figure more or less that in the city it's too noisy for me now.
Okay.
And it's too crowded and too smelly.
Okay.
So before, noise didn't bother me, crowd didn't bother me, smell didn't bother me, nothing didn't bother me. But because of this transformation, I realized that more time when I go into a meditation, sound system playing, or people talking loud, or people cursing and all these things. So I decided that, okay, I want to go to the hills.
Yes.
I didn't have any hills to go to before,
Okay.
but I have parents who come from Clarendon.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, I have to find this place, Clarendon, because growing up as a youth, I realized that country people is more a warmer set of people, nicer set of people, place more cooler and whatever. So I decided that I want to go to country.
Yes.
Yeah. So I end up there and end up in a cave.
From a popular dancehall artist back in the 80s, straight to the cave. Was he mad? Did he lose his sanity? Or was it just nature taking its course? Like for part two.
Great flowers. Peace and love. Peace and love.